Finally, Chelsea spoke up. She's like,
that's because she liked to unfollow us and still follow our fiancés at the lake day, which I thought was strange.
Oh my God. She's the supreme pick-me girl.
and Laura was like, period.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There was a clip that when he was explaining himself, Clay tapped AD like, yo, yo, yo.
Did you see that?
That's what we rehearsed. I'm begging you guys in the comment section, tell me what that clip was about. We need to discuss because it's going to hang over my head.
And you know, I feel like Brittany and Kenneth. Hey guys, welcome back to Human No Resource. You know why you're here. Season 6, Love is Blind reunion. Woo! Okay, now who's seen that intro? Did you like it?
I liked it. It was something different.
We see old cast versus the new cast. I felt it was a little bit cheap.
One thing I did like very much is how they have an audience right now.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Okay, I hope one day they can recruit the reviewers one day to the audience so
From
we can ask our own question.
Nick Lachey and his wife,
Vanessa.
Lachey, and
Okay.
they had a little skit and everything.
Are they forgiving everybody? Are they forgiven?
I don't know about that.
Are we okay now with them?
No.
Can they continue hosting?
Are they relatable? That's the question. Are they relatable?
They will never be relatable. She married the 98 degrees guy. Like,
Did you see how he was walking?
Yeah.
He had a little swagger to him.
Like the 98 degrees.
Yeah.
You can see the whole new cast. They were like this.
Yeah.
You
You know,
know.
especially Jeremy.
Yeah, he was a bit like bitter. And
Yeah,
and
he's
wearing
bitter.
His,
Yeah.
what do you call it? The Hawaiian shirt. And you can see from the old cast, they're looking at them like, these guys got a better budget.
Yeah.
I just know they got a better budget than we did.
Better wardrobe, better makeup, better everything, better seats. You know,
And
we
still
had
they're
chairs.
ungrateful.
Now they're sitting on couches. So they first talked about Amy and Johnny, and you know what? They fast forwarded that whole case, to be honest. So thriving, they're doing wonderful. We all been skipping their scenes.
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm guilty. She's guilty. Everybody's guilty with that. And the reality is, they're a healthy couple. They're doing well, and they're thriving. I think today I'll be saying the word thriving a lot.
Yeah, and it was so, even they're showing like pictures and it was corny and stuff. I was like, okay, it's cute. All right, okay, keep it pushing. Yeah, let's go.
We won the trouble. We won the chaos.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they went to a girl named Gigi and Blake. I'm like, where have I seen that guy before?
Well, the guy is from The Bachelorette. Gigi, she had a struggle time.
I don't recognize her.
Oh, she's season 1 for the love of God.
Well-
Okay, she's a season 1. She really struggled. She was with a guy who really, didn't really care for her and everything.
All right.
And now she's in a healthier relationship.
Yeah.
Pregnant with her first child and
With
everything.
him.
And with
Well, we didn't do season 1 review, so.
yeah.
So right off the bat, let's start off with our first drama, okay? Jeremy's situation. And guys, let me tell you this one. Laura is not around. Let me tell you why. She is chilling from Barcelona. But don't you forget, she tapped in via, I don't know, it's a Zoom call or something.
Zoom.
Because you know she's going to have her day. Because guess what we find out? Jeremy is still dating Sarah. And they even called her in. And the whole time, guys, the shade is shading. And the
thick.
mic is on for everybody. Even the audience, the mic is on. The whole time, I was like, who said that?
Yeah.
Who said that?
Oh, not the good.
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody said, oh, not them kissing.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Okay.
And you know what's interesting too? Sarah came and sat down and somehow everybody started clapping, okay? And she goes, do we clap? Sarah,
The girl is whack.
Sarah, we're here for you too.
Now I'm living for Vanessa Lachey. She's asking questions, specifically 2 questions. One of them was, he was engaged before coming into the game, okay? Now he was engaged and apparently he dumped his fiance, sold his house, and after went in Love is Blind.
Correct.
Right? But his ex-fiance said they were separated
Right.
for 10 days.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I read.
I wonder if Love is Blind was the motive why he separated from her.
At this point, it's embarrassing. This guy cannot even tell the truth. Now, the second thing was...
And the whole time Colleen was like,
Yeah. Everybody's talking, I'm gasping. Everybody's gasping about this.
Oh,
now,
God.
the second part was...
he lied about his location.
And I think we all knew that. Like, how you could excuse about that. And not only that, him and Sarah and and had the same type of lies.
Yeah. And I feel like even the reason why they're still together is because they got something to prove. Like they want to dunk on us. Your guys are going to break up.
Now,
it's a
I feel
guarantee.
like Jeremy is not happy in his relationship. Do you not see
you can
him?
see he
Like, he's
looks
not really
stressed
kissed.
out.
Even when she was meeting up with him, she's the one who kissed him, not the other way around, right?
Thanks for the
He
observation.
is stone-faced. He seems pissed off.
Did you see
He doesn't
Kwame?
want to be there.
Kwame was
you're
like-
not in a... Kwame, like, shut your mouth.
Kwame.
You are a struggling story yourself,
Yeah.
okay, Kwame?
Even he already gave us a little bit of the Kwame laugh. You know, Kwame had a laugh that pissed me off.
You should relax, calling someone a clown when you
access.
sat and told him about me in the pods the entire time, saying that I'm a pick-me girl. You're the pick-me girl. You're the pick-me. You're the pick-me girl. Don't actually. You saw me crying.
Yes, Sarah, you're a pick-me. Oh, my God. Like,
Scary.
You know what?
Why is she so aggressive?
Yo, it doesn't matter. Jeremy's not doing anything.
No,
he's
he's
just
not
sitting
gathering
there.
her.
He's not even defending her. He's saying, "Be quiet, be quiet, be quiet."
Because it looks like she's about to
shut your
get
mouth.
off her chair. Have several seats.
Yo, she will
Shout
fight
out
for
to
him.
Jessica for intervening and said,
Oh,
yeah, girl,
100%.
you're a pick-me.
Yeah,
Recognize that.
Yo, she's a girl's girl. That's what we say.
Sarah Ann's Instagram is going to blow up with comments, okay? Like,
Yeah, that's not a
you
good
don't
look.
think people are going to let you know that you're a pick-me? And I like how Laura was kind of flicking her the whole time. She goes, yes, you are.
Okay, so I swear to you guys, this reunion is juicy. Now let's talk about Laura and Sarah Ann having that conversation that they didn't show in the beginning, okay? I don't know why they didn't show us, but they finally did. You know what? Like I said, Sarah Ann likes to talk, and she doesn't make any sense.
She sounds...
She said, I did not meant to hurt your feeling or be disrespectful when I sent him the letter.
Yeah, I just
She's
want to
like,
get it off my chest, and just let them know that in case, like, if you guys don't go off, then you can come and circle back to me. And she goes, listen, and I love Laura's response.
In all aspects.
Just be careful, babe. Like, the guy, as far as I'm concerned, is not who he said he was.
Yeah.
Like, to say that, like, you love me as much as you do, and, like, I was it no matter what, and to throw you under the bus.
Completely blindsided. He's not a man of his words and all that stuff. So Laura, you can see she's done. Sarah, she seems too invested in it.
When Laura was saying all of that, this guy is not a truthful guy and he's going to deceive you and all that, look at the small little box that they have shown us. When she was sitting next to Jeremy, she was shaking her head the whole time.
Yikes. Did you see when Laura's telling Sarah Ann that all Jeremy cares about is his image and he's an attention-seeking guy?
Yeah.
And he's afraid that his image is worse than Jimmy.
Yeah.
That was your favorite part, remember?
Yeah, that was my favorite part. Not only that, Jimmy was like, when I was having a rough time in the pods, okay, my guys were there to secure me, tried to support me, and this guy said something else. And guess what he said?
I remember all the other guys, Ken, everybody else picked me up that day, and Jeremy said, at least I can sleep tonight knowing Jimmy's the villain.
Anyways, I liked when Vanessa, she's so shady this season. She
I'm so
looked and
happy.
she said, Sarah Ann, are you close to any of these girls? And she goes, no, my friend, no, not close to any of these
It's like
girls.
she won an award for that.
Yeah, and then after finally Chelsea spoke up, she's like,
That's because she liked to unfollow us and still follow our fiancés at the lake day, which I thought was strange.
My God. She's the supreme pick-me girl.
and Laura was like, period.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this generation
It
is
seems
crazy.
like all the girls are friendly or friends with each other, except for Sarah Ann.
Yeah, she's rogue.
Now, at this point, it really got worse. And Chelsea reveals that they have been broken up several times, Jeremy and Sarah Ann.
Okay. Every time I see them, they're broken up.
Said they're broken.
Broken up every time I see them.
And even there's a point where Sarah Ann was holding Jeremy and was like, no, listen, I love this, man, all that stuff. And he was giving her a pan face. He's like, And even Laura was like,
Now, I'm super happy that everybody is pointing out and saying you guys need to have some accountability throughout this whole thing. I think at one point Jessica said it, even Vanessa Lachey said it, and in the end of the
even
day,
Laura said it too. She goes, guys, I want my accountability. At the end of the day, I got a man. I'm doing good. I'm in Spain too.
Barcelona.
Bon vivant. No, that's French.
Now, guess who they summon next? Trevor. Now, let me tell you first, okay? He moved his way to the seats, okay? To the
Squished everybody.
squished ever, especially Jessica. She couldn't breathe, and they revealed the text. And let me tell you, it was disturbing.
He
Shocking.
had a girlfriend all along. And he actually went on to the show so that he can finesse, take the bag, say no at the altar, and then go back to her and marry her. And this is what he did as a response.
Nah, say it with your chest.
I'm shocked.
It's giving me eerie vibes.
This is scary, disturbing, weird.
This is something you need, like
He's playing us at this point, okay? Like, I felt like he was playing us. You're just laughing, okay? Like, you clearly, like you said, you had a plan, okay? And now you want to act like all the nice guys. You fooled us, okay? You fooled us.
How dare you, Mr. Spears? You had me fooled. And you too, Mrs. Spears. To all of them.
Trevor, it was not looking good for him. Even Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey was like, just say it, bro. Like, you were here for some serious ulterior motive. Even to the point where he was like, listen, the girl that I was saying I love you, I'm gonna marry you, that was cap. Me and her are toxic for each other. And it's like, what? You are toxic, man?
And thank God Nick Lachey mentioned that you said to this woman,
yeah,
I love you. Now, if you clearly didn't care about her, why would you say those words?
because I'm toxic. She's toxic. I'm toxic. I'm gonna put that toxic on Chelsea too. No, I really like Chelsea. I don't get what's going on.
Chelsea, at this point, she has nothing to do with this. Her hands are clean on that.
And even he was trying to ask from like validity from John. He was like, Johnny, you saw how emotional wreck I was. Like, I was in it for real. And I was, no,
you were scared to go back.
Because he lost cash. And now he has to go answer to the toxic girl that I couldn't get the money for us to put a down payment on the house.
The toxic girl that he wanted to marry.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now.
And then he was like, can I get out of here?
Chelsea, or was it because you were leaving the show?
I didn't care about leaving the show. Can I, like, just leave right now?
Now, I was glad. I was happy. I was clapping, you guys. When Nick Lachey said, you could go now.
You're banished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
And then after, come on, you saw that little threat Nick Lachey did. If anybody's trying to come here to get famous, like, I was like, say what? What you gonna say? I'm gonna get there to get famous.
A bullet. So after that, we got AD and Clay. And now, to be honest, I kind of teared up in this moment, okay?
Yeah.
Now, there's one thing about Clay. He knows how to talk, okay?
Yeah.
He's good with his lips.
He studied every single season, every reunion, and exactly what to say to make himself look less guilty.
Oh, yeah.
And at the end of the day, Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey were asking him, like, at the end of the whole experiment, like, just any regrets and whatnot. He said, of course, 100% regret. Like, this is the love of my life. I would do anything for this woman. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like I deserve love in marriage, even though AD put in the work for me.
For that, he was the one who reached out to her.
Yeah.
Right? So she was good on her word until he reached out and spoke to her.
But even though people are saying on social media that they saw them hanging out.
They've been hanging out. So I don't
what is
understand
that?
AD.
That's so
like,
weird.
what's going on?
Yeah. And then after, I think Vanessa Lachey or Nick Lachey asked a question about, like, would you ever date one another? And she was like, no, don't ask me this question. Go straight to him. Because at the end of the day, she goes, he's great with the lip service, but what am I going to do with this information? And Clay was like, 1,000%, I will date her again. But guys, AD finally switched mode and went in.
I did.
You had your chance. I was wide. Like, there's nothing that I wouldn't have given you. And there's nothing I wouldn't have done for you. And I feel like, low-key, respectfully, you played in my face. You played in my face, Clay, because you knew you didn't want to get married.
That's not true.
Then why are we not married?
What did she say? I feel like with AD and Clay, especially at this point, I definitely teared up about it. And not only that, when he revealed that he's in therapy, for once, he actually made the right decision for himself. He did talk about that he did see his parents having that discussion and all that, and how it actually revealed a lot about their dynamic.
I'll be honest with you guys, I'm calling his bluff right now. I 100% believe that Clay is not interested in going for AD. I think it's cap from the jump. He can mask his whole emotions using his parents' situation. And then he talked about our finances. Clay, just say AD is not your type and you don't want to go for her, and go run with the wild like you want to do. And I hope that bag looks nice.
You know, there's one point that AD said, I don't want to be his mom. And I was like, you know what? For once, you're choosing yourself. Thank God. And then it's unfortunate. Like, it's been a year.
And then he started
using
using stuff like, oh, Brett is a great example. Listen, there's great examples everywhere to be a good man, but you choose not to be. And that's your choice.
Well, he did choose the words no. He didn't want to commit to this woman, okay?
But you know the excuse he used all the time. Yeah. I'm going to be a player. I'm going to be a player. Can you handle that? No, I'm not.
You know what? I want to pick back on what you said.
Okay.
There was a clip where they were talking about when the old cast were asking questions.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a clip where you see AD looking at Clay and he's looking at his hand. He has a little smirk and she's giving him like certain eyes.
You see that?
You know what I mean? And I felt like, okay, he definitely got away with it.
With it.
Acting. Probably he was doing the best acting he ever could do, right?
Yeah.
So
the whole cathartic thing, like he was releasing, I'm guilty. I should have respect her more. I would have married her. She's the love of my life. She don't deserve me. All that's detachment that he's doing, and that whole, regret, so that nobody can hound him.
Yeah.
But Clay can't play.
Listen, I always said this, and I said it in my previous videos. He really wanted to put her in a situationship.
I'm glad AD now sees everything. Really, even she can look back at the reunion and says, "Oh, we didn't hound him like I planned it to." Okay,
she gave him some grace. So speaking about old cast asking questions, we have Micah asking a question to Jimmy. Now we did talk about it in our previous
in
videos,
depth. And we had like polarizing views.
Personally, I'm glad they revealed this secret because we wanted to know why Chelsea was so agitated, why she was so insecure, and in the end of the day, her feelings were valid when it came to this subject.
But then don't forget, because you guys dropped us a comment about that secret was done in confidence, okay, and not on the public. Now, how does his girlfriend, okay, feel about her ish being blown out in public? And that was valid too.
I think when it comes to this, it's like a 50-50. You know what I mean?
50-50. Both have their own valid reasons, okay? She had to get a lot of things out of her chest to see if this marriage is even worth it. And I think she learned a lot by asking that question, that he has commitments other places. And don't forget, guys, he has so much more respect about his friendship relationship than his future spouse relationship. I don't know.
There was one point where AD does mention that Jessica, when she's with the girl, she's exciting, she's fun, she's thrilling, and all that adjectives I could say.
She's not giving us all that emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
And that's understandable because when you think about it, I guess whenever she's with girls, insecurity in terms of how she looked doesn't come up. Okay, I guess girls were more forgiving with one another and our body image and whatnot. But whenever a guy gets thrown into the mix, that's when her insecurities. I feel like she doesn't feel like she's ever good enough for the guy, right?
Yeah.
Hence, when Vanessa mentioned about, was Jessica stunning, Jimmy, when you finally saw a picture of her, notice her face.
Really stunning. You're gorgeous.
Thank you so much. So there was a moment that you talked about, Jimmy,
She's already agitated. It's already bringing her back.
Her insecurities is getting the best of
back.
her.
Okay, yeah. Stay right there.
Now, did you see the Lachey's, what they asked Jessica?
About?
That if she's still in good books with Jimmy.
Jimmy, yes!
Yeah. Now, during the whole boathouse scene, boathouse, lake house, whatever it is called, scene where they did leave in good books. And fast forward, apparently he's been on interviews slandering her name, saying that the last date that they have, she spoke to him in a harsh manner.
She stormed out of there in under 10 minutes. The whole date ended in 10 minutes.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
When in
now,
reality,
he was painting her in a bad light.
and threw her under the bus.
Oh, yeah.
And talking about how, like, she was sort of, like, not giving him a straightforwardness. I think he wanted her to say, I love you at some point, give him a confirmation.
Which that is beta move, but okay.
Yeah, or even, I think he even expressed that she was forcing the relationship a bit. And she was kind of like saying, when did I ever do that? Guess how long their date was?
It was 2 hours.
They pulled the receipt.
Yeah. And I'm glad they did for once.
What a guy.
So this guy doesn't understand time, obviously. And it seemed like he had an agenda against Jessica. Now, I'm glad she spoke up because it really shows what type of man Jimmy is. So the ending for Jimmy and Chelsea was the whole Megan Fox situation. And yes, the girl finally reveals that I really took a hit on that, and everybody dismissed me about that also.
Because she doesn't look like Megan
But she
Fox.
made fun of herself, and we enjoyed it. And you know what? We all did her dirty too, okay? By talking about it for so long. So
Because if she said I look like Natalie Nunn from Bad Girls Club, we would have laughed about it and be like, yeah, you look sort of like Natalie Nunn, okay?
Right?
Minus the aggression. But she was funny with it. She was silly with it. And it actually really made her stand out. But I feel like Chelsea and Jimmy, especially Jimmy, got away with it.
I feel like it, yeah.
Jimmy and Clay got away with it.
They really didn't go in depth with Jimmy.
Yeah, because I wish, if Nick and Vanessa had us there, we would have not let them go easy. We would have been like, okay? Because I believe Jimmy and Clay from the jump were like, got the women that were going to drag to the altar and then say no.
Yeah.
For whatever reason,
Yeah.
okay? Because let's be real, Jimmy was like, oh, we're getting to the altar soon. I don't want to drag my parents to cut flight tickets to come to the wedding, even though I'm going to say no to her.
Yeah.
So, didn't like the fact that you aired out my girlfriend's, laundry.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Other than that, that's the end of them. And you know what? I want to say this. Are they still together or not? Did they even mention that? We did see that Zach and Bliss are having a baby girl. They're having a wonderful time. And you know what? From their, like we said before, from their stories in the beginning until the end, sure, it was shaky, but it is fantastic now.
Yeah, and you know who didn't show up to their baby shower? Micah and Irina.
Yeah.
So I guess those wounds
absent.
didn't heal.
Oh, yeah. So there's another pregnancy apart from Gigi and Blake. And we'll call it Zach and Bliss. There is Alexia and Brennan.
Alexa
and Brennan. You know what? Listen, you guys. I don't know why do we have the old cast here, and I don't care for them.
Zhuzhing it up.
No, I'm tired. Okay?
And I told you, it's for their investors to see, right? And their agents to see that the show was working.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But she had some difficulties getting pregnant, and they almost went the IVF route. But 2 months prior to that,
they got
she
pregnant naturally.
So
which is wonderful news. Wonderful news. Now, she did ask a question to Brittany and Kenneth.
What I call them, kinderkind Kenneth, right?
Is he kind, Salma?
Not anymore.
Oh, okay. So she asked a question saying, did you not think of, being intimate with each other in order to see if there's any spark?
It's going to bring the crave.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? She said a really lovely thing.
Why don't you just do it and see? My thing is that is a supplement, and it's an addition to, and I should not have to first test that out to then make my decision.
Did you see the clip where they flashed at AD?
Oh yes, because she
remember AD was like, I gotta test the car before I buy it. It's like,
yeah, it didn't work out for you, sweetheart.
Slow
but
down.
You know what I mean?
Not all the time.
Yeah, and it didn't work out for them.
Or not everybody.
Yeah. So, but Nick Lachey did ask them about the whole phone thing, right? And I felt like their whole part was just like basically really nonchalant.
She tried to save it by saying, at some point, you didn't seem phased at all by the separation of your relationship and almost looked like you were gaslighting her. And it was like, okay, listen. I'm a principal, okay? And had my phone on me for 3 weeks.
I got kids, I got parents, I got teachers that I really need to talk to. I got family. Listen, sweetheart.
I'm always down these hallways.
Everybody's busy.
Everybody's
busy. But in reality, when you guys were breaking things off, okay? The way you console her
and treated her
was really rough.
Very dismissive. It's like, okay, go. And then I'm sure he hopped on his phone to tell his homeboys, okay, I'm
and
coming around.
Apparently it was Clay.
Was it?
Yeah.
Get the Game Boy ready. Or what do the guys play? PlayStation.
I don't know.
But all I know is this. Kinderkind Kenneth.
It's not so kind at all.
It's not so kind at all. And he was saved because even there was a clip that when he was explaining himself, Clay tapped AD like, yo.
Did you see that?
That's what we rehearsed. I'm begging you guys in the comment section, tell me what that clip was about. We need to discuss because it's going to hang over my head.
And I feel like Brittany and Kenneth are in a situationship. They still talk. They FaceTime all the time.
Cap.
They're in communication with each other.
Cap. I mean, did you even see the part where Vanessa Lachey was talking about? I don't know what she was talking about, but Brittany took the opportunity to tap Kenneth in the leg like, we got them under control. Okay? They're not going to hound us. We're letting this free. First, it was Clay that got clear. We're going to get clear too.
I feel like she's in a situationship with this guy.
In what sense?
Listen, it's been a year right now, right?
Right.
And you're telling me you're still hanging out with him, you're still talking to him and everything?
I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
I think it's a lie.
Oh, okay.
I think they rehearsed, they talk about it, and they said, so that they don't hound us and open up, the wounds.
That does not benefit her whatsoever. It benefits him.
Because she doesn't want to look like a chump or like people feel sorry for her. So she's saying, okay, let's talk about we're good with each other so that nobody hounds either of us. And I'm leaving out here looking like I got the upper hand and you got the upper hand and we all mint.
Listen, I'm going to still stay firm on the fact that they're in a situationship.
Sure.
Now, finally, the part that we all been waiting for. Did AD finally see Matt? And she did. Okay.
And she called him cute.
Okay. You know what? Fine. Let's say he's cute, but he is also a he's not Clark Kent. Okay.
Stop. The season is over. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Stop with the comments.
Over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, she had 2 dates with him. 2-ish, she said. Okay. The first one was an apology date to clear some things off. And the second one, he cooked for her. Okay. And she said he made an all right meal. It was just chicken and rice. All right. Yeah. And she noticed that they had 2 different types of personalities and lifestyle.
Yes, girl. What do you expect? Okay.
He's more on the clock and she's more like with the wind.
And not only that, he's scripted, okay? And you know what they finally revealed was the way he was interacting with her the same as Amber. And the reality was, it was. Okay.
The same. Yo, that's
Yeah.
so scary.
That is
a lot of the
creepy
guys are
as
scared.
Okay.
You know what we found out too? We found out that Mrs. Chelsea, okay, the one with Kwame, she's part of casting. You telling me you did the casting this year?
Yeah. So that's why we have all these psychopaths. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
You guys, that's our review for Love is Blind Season 6 Reunion. We finally finished it. And you know what? I'm going to say this part. We finally hit 10K. Yes. Thank you so much, you guys. Especially coming along with us in this journey.
Whoever
We really
thought?
appreciate this. And
Guys, thank you so much for the comments,
Exactly.
the feedback. Even what I like when some of you guys get into the email section to say, guys, talk about this subject.
Yeah.
You guys really make us feel like we're part of a community with you guys.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for tagging along and being a part of this, okay? Whoever thought we'd get to 10K?
I know.
And guys, thank you so much for even getting real with us too, because I know
yeah.
a lot of times y'all have to snatch your hijab too to say what you guys
not
said.
my hijab.
What you guys said. I was like,
Other than that, you guys, please subscribe and like this video. And bye now.
bye y'all.